Hi, everyone joining. Thanks all for joining this morning and Happy New Year to everyone. Hi, Melody in the chat. Welcome to the first, I believe this is the first webinar of the new year. So today we'll be covering how to transform content marketing and distribution with Issuu and Dropbox. So we'll officially get started in a couple minutes, just going to give folks time to join in. So as everyone is joining, thank you for joining so early from Singapore. As folks are joining, feel free to say hello in the chat. And if you have any questions, we also have the Q&A open as well. So for today's agenda, we'll have about 5 minutes for introductions and an overview of Issuu, and then 20 minutes we will have a full Issuu demo showing the Issuu and Dropbox integration specifically. So really excited to get started soon. Hello to everyone saying hello in the chat. Always cool to see all the folks from everywhere. And as we join, just another note, we'll get started in just a minute as everyone is joining in. I'm going to give it a little bit of time for folks to come on in. Today's meeting is being recorded, so we will be sharing the recording back as well. Yes, and any questions on screenshots or recordings, we will be recording today's webinar and sharing it as well. So just going to give it a minute or two more as folks join in. But again, today's webinar topic is transforming your content marketing and distribution with Issuu and Dropbox. So we'll be going over some introductions, an Issuu demo, and a Q&A. And following the Q&A sessions, we will also have some extra thank yous if you stick around to the very end. So just a note as folks are joining in, all participants today will be muted throughout the duration of the presentation to ensure best audio quality for everyone. If you have any questions anytime during the webinar, you can submit them in the Q&A. Q&A instead of the chat because it's just a bit easier for us to field the questions. So you can find the Q&A in the little Q&A button as shown below, circled there. So if you have any questions related to Issuu or our partnership with Dropbox, myself or Craig Kingsbury will be answering them during the Q&A session or throughout today's webinars. And lastly, we are recording today's webinar and we will share the link out in our follow-ups so you can listen to it again or share it with others who might be interested. So don't worry if you are worried that you won't remember everything. We're recording today's webinar and we will be sharing it back out. So today's speaker is me, Megan Cole. I'm a marketing manager here at Issuu. I've been at Issuu for a little over 2 years now, going on 3, and I've worked really closely with our product over the past couple of years. In the past, I've also worked in advertising and graphic design, so I'm really passionate about the Issuu product and how it helps make things much easier and more accessible, especially in today's digital landscape. And I'm super excited to be sharing today's webinar with everyone joining today. As a marketer, I always like to run a quick poll at the very beginning just to get an idea of who is joining today and what you all are looking for. So I'm going to launch a poll now. So I've launched a poll just wanting to get an understanding of what level marketer you are: beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert, or not a marketer. If you aren't a marketer or a beginner, don't worry. This is meant to be a really accessible and easy webinar that you can definitely learn a lot from, even if you aren't a marketer per se. We give a lot of marketing tips and tricks in our webinars typically, but they can be applied in a lot of different ways. And there are even more ways that you can think about using Issuu as a product as well. So we'll just give that a little bit more time for folks to vote in the poll, and then we have one other poll before we'll kind of jump on in and get started with today's webinars. So again, for folks joining and participating in the poll, don't worry if you're not a marketer or if you're a beginner marketer. Today's topics we'll be covering are really focused around Issuu and super valuable for marketers, but valuable for any creators in general. See a question on when the meeting will be finished today. So we'll be going over a quick overview that'll take about 5 minutes, and then I'll be going into the full demo, which should take around 20 minutes or so. So today's webinar should be about 30 minutes along with the Q&A sessions. Awesome. Thanks everyone for answering the poll. And I have one more poll for you just so I can get a better understanding of why everyone is attending today. So if you could answer today's poll question on what the main reason you've joined today is. One is, I want to learn tips and tricks for using Issuu. I want to learn more about how to use Dropbox and Issuu for content optimization and distribution. I want to learn about how to transform my content with Issuu and Dropbox. Other, all of the above, or none of the above. So this will just really help me kind of field what everyone is really interested in learning more about, and I'll try to tailor today's webinar around those topics. So we'll just give that a little bit of time. And as that poll is running, I'll just go into a little bit more about Issuu as a company. So our mission is to enable anyone from independent creators to global brands to create, share, measure, and monetize their digital content. So what this really means is a super simple process that we've made even easier. With our Dropbox integration as well, you're really able to easily publish any of your content to Issuu. In particular, PDF content looks really great on Issuu with its flipbook capabilities. From there, we've also made it possible to share anywhere and create any derivatives of your content. So where you may have originally had a flat PDF or just a few images or a PowerPoint presentation, a Word document, after you've uploaded that to Issuu, you can also make other iterations of that content on Issuu, whether it's for social media or mobile or any other sources that folks might be consuming your content online. And lastly, you're able to really easily measure impact with our statistics tools. So our statistics tools help cover the number of impressions, reads, how folks are interacting with your content to help better inform different ways you can share or optimize your content. So in 2020, we saw a lot of growth here at Issuu, and we're always looking to see new integrations and changes we can make to our product to improve it and make it even better for folks using us either for the first time or who have been using us for many, many years. So we're really excited to be named one of the premier technology partners with Dropbox. So our integration in Dropbox makes it super easy for you to take any of the content you have on Dropbox and upload it to Issuu. So today, in today's demo, that's what I'll be focusing on, showing you how to upload your content directly from your Dropbox account, as well as how you can then take the content uploaded from your Dropbox account into Issuu. So with that being said, I'm going to hop on into today's webinar. Oop, there we go. So just a first note, As mentioned before, we've been named one of the premier technology partners with Dropbox. So that was super exciting. You can find us in the Dropbox App Center if you go to dropbox.com/apps. We're in the new apps spotlight, but you can find us right here, which has a overview and some of the guides that I'll be going over in today's webinar on the how to connect your Dropbox account to Issuu. So just to note, this is going from your Dropbox account directly into Issuu. So you'll be working on issuu.com while logged in with your connected Dropbox account. This is how you'll be uploading your content. So here I am on the Issuu homepage. I'm logged into an account where I've already published content before. So this is what my publisher workspace looks like. And I'm going to go over to the left-hand corner on this little button here to click on the upload button. So from here, we have the you're able to upload any of your files. You can easily drag and drop or upload from different sources. And this is where you can see our app integration with Dropbox. So we've made it really, really easy to just log directly into your Dropbox account. I'm going to sign in with my Google account because that's where my Dropbox is connected, but you can log into wherever your Dropbox account may be, and you can then access any of the folders from your Dropbox folders, including ones that have been shared to you from other Dropbox users. So it's a great way to really easily access your files or get any of your files that may have been sent to you from a designer or from another person, anything that's been shared with you. I'm going to open up my January Dropbox webinar document and just check off here the PDF that I'm going to open. So with Issuu, you can open a lot of different file types. It's not limited to PDFs. You can also open PowerPoints or Word documents. A full list can be found on our Help Center, but today I'm just going to be focusing on uploading a PDF that I'm going to click Choose Now. And as easy as that, the file has been uploaded to Issuu, and we're going to register it, validate it, convert it into the Issuu format, and it'll be ready to share. So a little bit more into the details. I'm just going to add a quick title. I'm also going to add a little bit more info on which type it is, which just helps the categorization and search optimization. And I am also going to make it an unlisted publication and allow downloads. So a little bit about these green stars here, you can see that these are parts of paid plans. So in this case, I'm allowing downloads, which is part of my paid plan, to allow users to download a PDF version of this document after it's done being uploaded. So once that's done, all I have to do is click publish and it's ready to share. So the shareable link here is a quick way to copy and paste, but we also have other ways that you can share it, whether it's posting it on social media or adding it directly to your website using our embed codes, which is another paid feature. So in today's webinar, I've already prepared some of these files for purposes of speed. So I'm going to go over into my publications list. Oops. Oh, no. Sorry, my internet is a bit unstable, so I hope you can all hear me still. Sorry, I'm having some internet troubles at the moment. Craig, if you're able to share your screen and show the upload process, I can share the.
Yeah, give me one moment here. Sorry. All right.
Love working from home. It's great.
Megan, do you want me
Thank you,
to
Jessica, for the relatable. That has been happening to me all week this week. Let's see. Actually, I might be able to share my screen again. Let's see. So sorry again if it is. Oh, it might, yes. One moment, please. Sorry again. So if folks can hear me, I'll continue, and if it freezes, then Craig, feel free to take over. Screen sharing is enabled, so you can just override my screen sharing if I freeze again. But here I have my webinar sample. So I have my uploaded publication of my PDFs. Here I can open it in full screen to give a little bit more. It gives you that really nice tactile look and feel and page flip capabilities. So we automatically convert any of your PDF files uploaded from Dropbox or any other file types you might have uploaded from Dropbox and create it into this nice, really tactile format for page flips. We also create some mobile article versions, which are really optimized for that mobile reading experience. So the way we do that is by detecting any of the elements in your original publication and pulling them and kind of redesigning them while keeping a lot of the integrity of your original designs to create what we call article stories for sharing. Another way that you can share your content is with our visual stories tools, which I'm going to hop into now. Oh no. So with the visual stories tool, sorry again, with our visual stories, you go from your from your publication workspace over to the visual stories button over here on the left, and it'll take you into a workspace that looks a little bit like this. This lets you drag and drop any of the assets originally pulled from your content, or you can upload additional images directly from your files from your desktop or from your computer to create a vertical video version that we call visual stories. So a little bit more about this. This is what they look like. These video assets are MP4 video assets that you can really easily use to share your content, both as a video or as what we call a Google AMP link. I think my internet is not going to be happy with me if I try to publish it right now, but I can show where your full visual stories examples are hosted on Issuu as well. Over in the left-hand side on the visual stories in your workspace. Here you can see all of the examples I have, and I can also click on the share button here to copy and open up an AMP story link. So These links are really nice because they create an evergreen version of your accelerated mobile pages previews of your publications. So this is kind of a shorter form version of your content as just another way that you can really transform that content from some files that you may have originally had on your Dropbox account or on your desktop or computer, all the way into a new video format, which is really cool. And we have a lot more on the way by way of our visual stories tools. So for the interest of time and for my computer, that will conclude today's quick demos, but we will have one more poll. So I will run today's third poll. If you're interested in a free workshop on how Issuu can help transform your content into stories, emails, and social posts to engage your customers, just submit yes, and we'll send you more information. So next we'll be answering any questions from the Q&A, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. These workshops, Craig, feel free to chime in. We do weekly workshops that allow you to really dig in a lot more into detail and hopefully with a lot less computer glitching on my end to learn more about how you can really optimize your content with Issuu.
Sure. Yeah, I can just shed a little bit more light on it. So basically, we run weekly workshops. We cover a different topic depending on the day, and those just repeat every week. So if you're not able to make one day, no problem. You can always just join that same session the following week. And currently, we have 3 workshops. They're on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Every day at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And Tuesdays are always about sort of just the basics of getting started, preparing your document for upload, how to create links, how to import the links automatically from your PDF over into your issue document, which is some of the questions I actually saw come in. So if you're interested about stuff like that, that's a great opportunity learning about just getting started with things. Day 2, Wednesdays are always mobile optimization. And then day 3 is a deep dive into statistics and just a general Q&A. So if you just have any sort of general questions about how to better use Issuu and really be able to dive specifically into that, it's an interactive workshop and gives you that opportunity. So hopefully we see people join from there and learn a little bit more about how to better use the platform.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Craig. So finally, we're over at the Q&A. So I know Craig has been answering questions and fielding them. If you have any questions, feel free to submit and we'll try to cover as many of them as we can today. And we will be sure to follow up with any answers if we can't cover all of the questions today as well.
So one of the questions that came in, and I can answer this one, Megan, was just about, is there a test page where you can try things out? And if you are interested in just sort of seeing how things are going to look on Issuu before making it publish, you can always just upload it and then not hit the publish button to make it live. So it will give you a preview version. Right from there, you'll actually see that pop up right when you drop that in and convert it over. And you can flip through and then you can make sure that everything looks the way that you want it to. If you wanted to take it a step further and actually be able to share it with different members of your team before making it public, you can also use our unlisted feature, which is essentially a private tool. So that would allow you to prevent it from being discoverable by any readers on Issuu or anyone going to your public profile. And then you can just share that out with specific members of your team. And then whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and make that public. So those would be a couple of different options you'd be able to do there.
Awesome. I see another question about using the Apple OS and if their applications will have different functionalities, layouts in Microsoft. So the answer is they will not. They will have the same functionality. They will not look different because they are all hosted online. So it isn't related to an operating system. It's all run through whatever browser you're using online. So Issuu is run on a web browser as well as Dropbox. So these applications will have the same functionality and layout view.
So Megan, this question came in from Zach, and I think you can, if you want to answer this one. Zach just wants to know, can you add clickable content like links, audio, etc., onto a publication?
Yes, and I can show, or hopefully I can show how that looks. So if you go into your publications over here, whether you have any automatically detected links, we can automatically detect links and add them in as clickable links. In my examples, I didn't have any hyperlinked content built. Oh, I actually did. So I did have hyperlinked content built into my publication. So I can just jump right into the live version and show what that looks like. So with these links, we automatically detect any links and make them as a clickable link for interactive links, but we can also add additional ones over in the add links and video feature on the left-hand side. So this is where I can go over to my pages or spreads, add any boxes that I want, and I can add different types of links or video. So I can insert a URL manually, or I can add a video. So let's quickly grab a video. So this would be just adding in a YouTube URL or a Vimeo URL. So I'm going to go over to our YouTube channel.
And Megan, while you do that, just to kind of add on, one part of Zach's question was, can you add audio? We don't have a way for you to drop in MP4 files, but if you upload that audio file as basically a video to YouTube or Vimeo, you can then plug that in and essentially play that audio as a video through either of those two platforms that work best for you. So that's sort of the workaround for audio.
Let me go back to my links tab. So I just quickly grabbed a YouTube video from our YouTube channel, and I'm going to set it as embedding it in the publication and autoplay. So we have more information and more details on exactly how to add links for videos as well. And you can find that information in our help center as well as on our pages with more details. I won't go too deep into that today just for time purposes, but essentially once your links are created and live, you can see how they look. I made this box a little weirdly sized, but you can automatically start playing any video content directly in your publications as well. So that's a really quick overview of how you can add links in video, or you can have automatically detected links in your publications and content.
So I just had a quick follow-up from the question I had answered earlier about making something not public and then be able to share it out. So this was just a follow-up from Lori's question because she wanted to be able to see the links active without making it public, which in that case, you would need to make sure the content is unlisted. And you can actually add that directly from the services and plans page if you're interested, or all of our plans come with one free if you just want to use one at a time. But yeah, you would just mark it as unlisted, and then you can click publish, and then only you or anybody you share it with would be able to view the content, and those links and videos and everything would still be able to work with that. So I hope that answers your question, Lori.
Let's see. So I think we have time for one more question. So on the last question I'll answer, I see one from Joanne asking if your PDF has content and photos, you don't have to rewrite it at all. So yes, we have automatic detection services for our article stories. We recommend you take a look at what is produced from your article stories just to ensure that it is the quality standard that you would want for your publishing. Before it is live published, we do have a draft version. So I already published this, but you would see a little draft button here as opposed to publish, so you can review it before it is pushed and online. So it would be an offline draft mode before you publish it live. But we automatically will create article stories and for you based on the content that you've uploaded. Um, so in the interest of time, and as thanks for everyone for joining, we have some savings for folks joining today's webinar. You can save 30% off of an Issuu premium annual subscription with the offer code Dropbox. So if you already have an Issuu account, we'll be sending a link specifically for these savings to all attendees. So please wait for the link to be sent, because our offer code is specifically for new users, where you can redeem this 30% off with our email link. So once that offer link is sent following today's webinar, you'll be able to also get those special webinar savings as thanks for joining today. So this offer is good for any upgrading plans or new users, and the offer expires on Monday, January 25th at midnight Pacific time. So please be sure to get those webinar savings while they are available. So thank you all again, and we will be saving all of the questions and answering and following up with any questions as well. So thank you, and thanks for your patience today in all of the times that my account had frozen for my web. So have a great day, everyone, and thank you again for joining.